friends, and thanks for joining me today, especially on a day when I have something kind of embarrassing to tell you. We were making a huge money mistake. Let me explain why. So, I was part of the class of 2002, but basically, if any of you recall back from those years, the whole Twin Tower thing, 9/11, for those of you who live in the United States, the terrorist attacks or whatever, we ended up with a falling economy right after 2001. And since I graduated high school right after 2002, I basically was put into the adult world right as things were kind of crashing. So this made me very conservative when it came to the choices that we were making, because again, things just kept going down and down and down. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, the housing market is falling finally in 2002. It's a great time to buy. And then the next year it fell more, and it was like, oh, now it's a great time to buy. This won't last long. And then 04 happened, and it was like, now is a great time to buy. It won't last long. And it just kept doing that. And I kind of stopped listening to these experts because I felt like everybody didn't really know what they were talking about. Otherwise, things wouldn't have kept falling like they were. So things like the stock market, we weren't interested in doing anything with that, just other stuff like that. We just weren't interested in doing any of the things that it seemed like everyone else was doing at the time. This caused us to sort of become economic pessimists, where we were constantly making decisions more based on fear of what things, could potentially go wrong, rather than, hoping that things would go right. So this did not have a good outlook for us. It did not cause a very positive outlook for us. We kind of had this view of doom and gloom and catastrophe and things like this. It just felt like, that was all there was a lowering economy that was never going to turn around. Back in 2007, my husband started his job, and he actually works for Walmart. I really enjoy him working at Walmart. He really enjoys his job there, and Walmart has treated us very well, so we haven't had any issues with that. And of course, when you're filling out the paperwork, they ask you if you want to do like a 401k or something like that. And of course, their 401ks there are invested in Walmart stock. And we just skipped that whole 401k page because we really did not have any interest in investing in the stock market, because at that point we had seen it go up and down and back and forth, and a whole lot more down than up. And so we were really worried about how things were going to go. We really kind of felt like all the stock market was good for was robbing people of their money and giving them a false sense of security that things were going to go well and that their retirement savings will be giving people a false sense of security, thinking they had some money that they didn't, and that they would end up just having a retirement savings that was going to evaporate right before they needed it. I saw a lot of people in my own job, coworkers that I had, lost a lot of money. Some of our friends had some parents that had lost a whole lot of money. And so we were really afraid that the stock market was more of just a big racket that was stealing from people. And so we really didn't have any interest in investing in it at that time. So back in 2004, when he first started his job, the stock prices for the Walmart stock was $48 a share. Now, Walmart also does a matching program to where when you contribute, they will match how much you contribute up to 6%. That would mean that he would be able to buy a share for half of that price. Walmart would cover the other half. And since then, we just learned that the Walmart stock is now at $96 a share, which is double the price. So basically, when he contributes $1, they contribute $1. And since the stock market has doubled since he first started, that would have turned into a whole lot more money. So basically, any money that we would have invested into the stock market when he first started his job would have quadrupled. So yeah, that's kind of hard pill to swallow, especially since we were unaware of how things work, and we were more pessimistic than optimistic, and we weren't really looking at it from a perspective of things potentially going up in addition to going down. Does that make sense? So yeah, we're kind of embarrassed about it. That was definitely a bad decision. Nobody knows the future. Of course, hindsight is always 2020. I'm just sharing this in case there's anybody out there who is maybe thinking about, doing the stock market, investing. I know that the rule of investing is buy low, sell high, and fortunately it was low then and now it is high now, so it wouldn't be the most great idea to maybe join now, but better late than never, I'm kind of thinking. And so my husband actually did just start contributing to his 401k. But yeah, I'm just again sharing this in case there are any other economic pessimists out there. We shouldn't always make decisions based on fear, and that we shouldn't always be thinking that things are always going down, these sorts of things, because they do go up and down and back and forth. And in hindsight, I really wish we would have, but unfortunately that wasn't a decision that we made then. But at least we can turn it around and we can make that decision now, and that we can start contributing now. So there you go. There was my major money mistake. Do you contribute to your 401k? Do you have a 401k? Do you invest in it? Do you have an employee match? Because honestly, I think if there's an employee match, we really should have given that a whole lot more thought than we did. We've just been more of a fan of investing in different ways, and I really wish we would have diversified a little more. So yeah, I would appreciate any input that you have, or any views that you have on the issue, and I would love to hear from you as well. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Hopefully this was helpful to you. I'm Frugal Green Girl, and we'll see you next time.